This could be one of the biggest changes Apple has made to the MacBook lineup in years. New reports suggest Apple may be preparing a completely different kind of laptop, the MacBook Neo. And the biggest surprise is not only the design, the colors, or even the price. It is the idea that Apple could finally bring a more affordable MacBook to millions of people who always wanted the Mac experience but never wanted to spend premium MacBook money. But before buying a current laptop, there are some important details you need to know because this new MacBook could completely change your buying decision. The MacBook Neo is expected to focus on three things: lower price, lightweight design, and everyday performance. Instead of chasing extreme professional power like the MacBook Pro, this machine appears targeted at students, office users, travelers, and people who simply want a reliable laptop that lasts for years. And this strategy makes a lot of sense. Today, many buyers want the Apple ecosystem, but they don't need expensive professional hardware. They need battery life, speed, a good display, then video calls, productivity apps, and a laptop that feels premium. Here's where things get interesting. The biggest rumored change is the processor. Instead of using a traditional Mac M series chip, reports suggest Apple could use an extremely efficient A series chip, like the A18 Pros at first. Some people may think this is a downgrade, but real-world usage tells a different story. The A18 Pro architecture is designed for efficiency, AI processing, and everyday speed, for browsing, documents, streaming, schoolwork, and light creative tasks. This level of performance could already be more than enough. Performance benchmarks from Apple's latest mobile chips show how powerful modern processors have become. A few years ago, laptop-level performance inside a small mobile chip sounded impossible. Now, Apple Silicon has completely changed expectations, but that's not the biggest change. Battery life could become one of the strongest reasons to consider the MacBook Neo with a highly efficient processor and optimized software. This laptop is expected to deliver around 16 hours of battery life. For students and professionals, that means leaving the charger at home. A full day of classes, meetings, writing, research, and entertainment could happen from one charge. That is the type of upgrade people actually feel every day. The display is another important area. The rumored 13-inch Liquid Retina display with around 500 nits brightness would make the MacBook Neo feel much closer to Apple's premium products. Most budget laptops reduce cost by using weaker screens. Apple, taking a different approach, could make this device stand out. A great display affects everything: watching movies feels better, editing photos becomes easier, reading and working for hours feels more comfortable. Most buyers are missing this detail. The design may actually be one of the biggest selling points. Apple could position MacBook Neo as its most colorful MacBook ever, with colors like silver, blush, citrus, and indigo. This follows a strategy similar to other Apples. In products where personality and design become part of the experience, people don't just buy specs, they buy something they enjoy using every single day. The lightweight body and recycled material focus could also attract buyers who care about sustainability. A design using more recycled aluminum and battery materials would continue Apple's environmental push, but a cheaper MacBook also means compromises, and this is where buyers need to pay attention. The expected starting configuration includes 8GB unified memory and 256GB storage. For basic users, this should work, but for long-term ownership, upgrading storage could be the smarter investment. Apps are getting bigger. AI features require more resources. Creative files take more space. If you plan to keep this laptop for 5 or 6 years, storage matters. Now, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. This could become one of the biggest reasons. Apple is creating a new affordable MacBook. Future. Computers are not only about CPU speed, they are about AI performance built in. AI tools for writing, summarizing, organizing information, and productivity could become normal parts of daily work. A student could summarize notes faster, a professional could draft documents quicker, a creator could organize ideas more easily. This is where Apple's ecosystem advantage becomes Powerful, your iPhone, MacBook, and iCloud working together creates an experience many competitors struggle to match. But what about gaming? This is not designed to replace a gaming laptop. The 5-core GPU could handle casual gaming and optimized Apple Silicon titles, but serious gamers will still want dedicated gaming hardware. The MacBook Neo is about efficiency, not maximum graphics power. For creators, the answer depends on your workflow, photo editing, basic video editing, writing, content planning, and online creation should feel smooth. But heavy 4K editing, professional effects, 3D work, and advanced workflows still belong on MacBook Pro models. This could completely change the buying decision, because the real competition may not be Windows laptops. It may actually compete with Apple's own products. Many people currently buy an iPad with a keyboard because they want a cheaper portable computer. Lower-cost MacBook could change that. A real keyboard.desktop class browser, full macOS.better file management. For many people, it is a more useful productivity upgrade. Now the biggest question, what about price? Apple has not confirmed pricing, but the entire purpose of this product category would likely be affordability. If Apple can position MacBook Neo significantly below the MacBook Air, it could become one of the best value Apple laptops ever. The upgrade value depends on who you are. If you already own a recent M-series MacBook Air, you probably do not need this. Your laptop is already powerful and future-proof. But if you have an old Intel MacBook, cheap Windows laptop, or you are buying your first computer, waiting could be smart. The MacBook Neo represents something different, not the fastest. Not the most expensive Mac, but possibly the MacBook that makes the most sense for the largest number of people. So, should you buy, wait, or skip? If you need a laptop immediately for professional work, buy the current MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. If you want maximum performance, skip MacBook Neo. But if you want an affordable Apple laptop for school, office work, travel, entertainment, and everyday productivity, waiting could be the smartest decision, because Apple may finally be preparing a MacBook focused on what most people actually need. Premium experience, strong battery life, Apple intelligence, long-term value, and a price that changes everything.